What's going on, people? Seika from Poland's in the house. Denise from Sweden. Renato from Portugal. I see all you people. I hope you got your practice pads out. Rome? What? Fulvio, what's up? What's going on from Rome? Ed McKinney from Vegas. Charles T. I'm sorry it's so hot out there, man. Jamaica in the house. What up, Rohan? Jesse from Vancouver. Maldives. Safa. Sorry, man. I'm going to be butchering names. If you've seen these live streams before, you know I spend a whole hour butchering names. But you're from the Maldives, so shout out to you. South Africa in the house. Logical insanity. Get it where you can find it, man. If you can't find a local teacher, there's plenty of people online giving some great lessons. Hint, hint. Jacobo Alvarez from Argentina, what's going on? Samuel Stevenson, sorry bro, no plans to come to India anytime soon, but if I do, I'll let you know. Moscow. Have I ever been to Russia? I have not. Sounds interesting. I got to get over my fear of planes before I do anything. But who knows? Never say never, right? Ken, if I ever had to choose Maple Customs or Recording Customs, Recording Customs. Hands down. Love the Maple kits, but if you've ever played a Recording Custom kit, man, you would know. You hear the difference right away. P Pro wants to know, how often do I use finger technique for double rolls? I don't know, man. I think fingers is just kind of part of the game for doubles. But, you know what? Give me a second. You know what? Scratch that. Because lately, I've been using a lot more wrists. So you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm really not using a whole lot of fingers with the doubles. I've been really kind of working on strengthening my wrist here, so I'm trying to sort of, you know, keep the fingers a little locked up and move the sticks a little more from the wrist. And you can also use this gear right here. Boom, right? This is the third gear. This is the elbow. If you play your double strokes from the elbow, you can get them even stronger. Yeah. Toyman's Bar and Grill. Have I ever been to Canada? I'm in Canada. How many of y'all didn't know that? I don't know if you guys didn't know. Let me try that again. I don't know how many people knew this, but I'm actually Canadian, man. I'm up here in cloudy Ontario. Silky B wants to know if I can give his boy Judas a shout out. No. Judas. Shout out to Judas. Just kidding. Look at all these people, man. This is nuts. Hang on a second. Let me go back a little bit because I think I missed some people. California in the house. Jim Hammerstrom, what's going on? The Evolutionists. What up, Rob B from Chi-Town. Don B, what's coming with that? I got to slow down, man, because I'm a little excited. I'm too excited to see y'all. That's the problem. What up, Rob from Chi-Town? Don B, what's going on, man? Hold up. Hold up. Brad Statler, I see you. O'Fallon, Missouri, M.O. I think that's Missouri, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Thelmo, that's Maldive. Thanks very much for correcting me. Man, look at all these people. Charles T. Prim. Hey, Rob, I like your drumming. Your pad work is extraordinary. Thank you very much. What are your favorite pads? Right now, it's this one. This pad feels great, man. I don't need my pads to be fancy. I just want them to have a little bit of bounce. You know, it doesn't hurt that they look cool. This is the new Evans Barney Beats Real Feel pad. But yeah, your pads don't have to be fancy, man. Slab of rubber on a slab of wood. That's all you need to get great hands going. So, you know, don't fall for all the fancy marketing stuff. All you need is a really simple pad to get your sticks moving. If you can do that on it, you're good to go. But yeah, the Real Feel pads feel real good. Wait a minute, let me get back to my groove. There it is. Ray Bennett from Oregon. Origami. Man, I can't even keep up with y'all. Eden is from Israel. That's crazy, man. Shout out to Eden or Iden. Again, I am the master name butcherer. Eric Matthews, you got style, my friend. Thank you very much. From Trenton, Ontario. Fellow Canadian in the house. Josiah Vaughn, are you a fan of second hi-hats and side snares? Yes and yes. I don't use them a lot, but you know, if the gig calls for it, yeah. Having a second pair of hats on the opposite side of the kit feels really good because you're kind of opening things up when you do that. You know what I mean? And sometimes it just feels good to just play your hats over here. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Frank McCluskey, how long have you been playing? 35 something years, something like that. Hold up. Hold up, man. Let me catch up. See, every time I answer a question, like 15 of them fly by. So, gotta give me a second, man. One-man operation. Doing all of this right here. Glassman, hello from cloudy Central Florida. Finally, it's cloudy in Florida. You've been hogging the sun for a long time. MBL United, if you decided to do another 20-minute exercise video, what rudiment would it be? You know what? First of all, Fabcra from Belgium, shout out to Belgium. I was thinking of doing another 20-minute workout video. And I'm gonna do one. It's gonna be either on triplets or flams. It's gonna be one of the two. Or why not both? I don't know, maybe I'll do both. Stick around, you see what happens. Clap your hands, y'all. Man, I gotta stop for a second. All of these daggone comments. Hold up. Hold up, y'all. Robert K wants to know, what were those ProMark sticks you mentioned that don't slide? Those are the active grip sticks. Check out the ProMark site. Check out the active grip sticks. They come in natural color, black, and I think it's just those two. But check them out. They have this coating on them. They're not dipped like the Vic Firth sticks. They got some kind of coating on them that they get a little bit tacky when your hands get a little sweaty, and they just feel really good, really secure. Yeah, check them out. They're really good. Jean Baptiste, have I ever tried the Thomas Lang sticks? Yeah, I have. They're trees, bro. I can't use them. My little delicate hands, those sticks are heavy. I like them, but I don't think I'd be able to play them full time. Of course, Thomas Lang is much more of a man than I am. That guy's a beast, man. That's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of drumming. Aaron Levy wants to know, what was my experience like being a Drumeo? I love the Drumeo family, man. Those are some really, really good people out there. Shout out to Jared. Shout out to Dave Atkinson, the whole crew there. I loved it. I was out there for 3 days. Best time. I'm going to be going back. I don't know when, but I'll be going back. So watch out for that. Oh, Ken wants to know what my favorite electric band song is. I got to think about that because I got a couple, man. Chick Corea Electric Band, let me tell you how much that music has helped me shape my playing. If you haven't checked out any of if you're like a younger person out there, a younger drummer, you're watching right now, you've never heard Chick Corea Electric Band, you got to go back and check that stuff out. Never mind that it's from the late 80s, early 90s, whatever. Don't worry about it being dated. That stuff will always be relevant. And I'll tell you what, it was that stuff. It was hearing Dave Weckl for the first time that helped me realize what was possible on the drums. Yeah, it was that music that sort of helped me think of the drums a lot less as just a timekeeper and more of, you know, part of the band. It's part of the band. So yeah, Chick Corea Electric Band. Check that stuff out. Cernio is watching from Macedonia. Do you have any tips for playing in a cover band? Yeah, man. Just have a repertoire handy. You should have a catalog of tunes in your head a mile long. You should be able to call out a tune and just launch right into it. But I mean, you know, that just comes from listening to a lot of music, a lot of modern music, whatever's hot. You know, generally when you're in a cover band, you're doing weddings and stuff like that, you're playing all the familiar tunes that everybody knows, right? So I mean, as long as your ear's to the ground, you're gonna have to play a lot of stuff you don't like. You're gonna have to learn every friggin' Bruno Mars tune ever recorded. But, you know, if you have that sort of catalog, you gotta be a walking jukebox when you're in a cover band. That's just how it is. Gonna be playing a lot of weddings, but the weddings pay pretty nicely, so. Hold up. Your boy Z wants to know about cymbal boom stand recommendations. I mean, if they can hold up a cymbal, you're fine. It's as simple as that. There's nothing fancy about boom stands, man. Just go to a music store and pick one up. If you like it, buy it. But, you know, I mean, one thing if you want to keep that in mind, if you got a lot of cymbals, you don't want your hardware bag to weigh 200 pounds. So if you want to narrow it down, just find some nice lightweight ones that can hold a stand up that won't break in the bag. I like the DW stands. The DW ultralight stands, beautiful. Yamaha Crosstown, same thing, super light. See, companies are starting to catch on now, and they're starting to realize after 100 years that we hate carrying hardware. We hate it. This is one of the worst parts of the job. But, I mean, you know, like I said, they're starting to catch on now, and companies are making hardware lighter and lighter all the time. So when I'm looking for stands now, it's got to be light. It's got to be light. I don't want my bag weighing any more than like 50 pounds. So check them out. Hold up. All these people, man, I can't keep up. But it's good though. Hang on, man, hang on. Somebody had a traditional grip question. Having a hard time finding it, so feel free to ask it again and see if I can catch it. Raoul de Monroe says he's stuck on French grip and trying to switch more to American. Any tips? Going from French to American it's not that big of a deal. All you got to really know is that French grip is more about the fingers, and American or German, because they're kind of the same thing, that's more of a wrist grip, right? So it's basically hand position. If you're going from French is like this, right? Palms facing out this way. American, it's kind of like that. German is palms down. So if you want to remember that, French is like this, American is halfway, German all the way down. So with French being more of a finger grip, that's how that whole thing works, right? So you're more like that. It's like a timpani grip. So if you can see where my palm is, it's pointing towards you right now. If I want to go German, boom, now it's pointing towards the floor, and now I got this going on. Okay, there's not a whole lot of fingers happening with the German grip. It's more of a wrist kind of thing. Now American is kind of like the happy medium, where it's a little bit more like that, right? So, you know, all you really got to do, I mean, if you want to just practice it while you're watching Netflix or something, then you can go from fingers like that and then just rotate and start working from here. And then back again, fingers, right? Palms out, palms down. French, German. Those are the basics. Now you just got to learn the mechanics and get it all down. Sven's got a question from Luxembourg, Europe. Shout out to Luxembourg. Is it worth playing practice pad without practicing your rudiments or any kind of that stuff? Basically just playing out of your head. That's kind of what I'm doing now, but it's after years and years of just doing exercises on the pad. So, I mean, don't start swinging the sticks aimlessly at the pad without any specific objective. You know what I mean? If you're going to work on your doubles, work on your doubles. If you're going to work on your singles, work on your singles. But until you start messing around and just doing some random stuff, just make sure you got those two down. Normally when when you see me at the top end of these streams, I'm just kind of working the pad like that. I'm just playing music. I'm just trying to make music on the pad, but wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have my singles, doubles, and flams happening. So all that to say, don't waste time on your practice pad. It's target practice. Think of it that way. Make sure you got an objective before you start swinging the sticks. Work on your singles, work on your doubles, work on your flams, that kind of thing. Get all that stuff down first, and then you can start messing around and getting fancy. Let me catch back up. Renato Costa wants to know tips on developing fast 16th note grooves with the right hand. If you want to get that sort of, Nate Smith kind of thing happening, there is some pretty specific mechanics going on when you do that, and I have a video on it. So if you're new to the channel, you could probably just type in, I don't know, just type in Rob Brown fast. Then you'll get a couple of videos come up. But you'll see one where I'm specifically showing you how to do that fast hi-hat thing. And it's just in a nutshell, it's a seesaw motion. Kind of like that, right? So you can go, if you see what's going on here, I'm kind of pushing and pulling here. This has a lot to do with how you're using the sticks as well. So when I'm pushing, like if this is, let's say this is the edge of my hats here. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing my wrist forward to get all the downbeats or down strokes and pulling it back to get the upstrokes. So it's shank, tip, shank, tip, shank, tip, until you get that thing happening. And then all you got to do from there is just work on the speed. So that's really all that is. I mean, it just takes a little bit of patience and a whole lot of practice, and you'll be able to get those fast 16s happening. But check that video out. That'll help you out. Dave is watching from Hungary. Wants to know, how do I get better dynamics on the bass drum? Basically, you got to learn how to use your feet like your hands. All the same principles apply. I think one of the best ways to get full dynamics out of your bass drum is to play the pedal. I don't know if you play heel down or heel up. I suggest learning how to play heel up. So if this is your pedal and this is your foot should, the heel of your foot should be at least an inch off the ground. And that way, and I also have a video on this as well. Whew, excuse me. I got a video on this as well. It's actually one of my more popular ones if you want to check that out. How to play your kick like a boss is what that one's called. And it goes through all the really detailed mechanics of being able to do that. But yeah, you just got to learn how to play heel up. That way you can, basically what you're doing is you're learning how to work your foot from the hinge right here at the heel. Once you do that, you got full control over your speed, your volume, everything. And you can also, if you want to play quieter, you can still drop the heel and play, with the whole foot on the pedal. But, once you learn how to play heel up and you start doing both, then you can go from really quiet with the whole foot to raising that heel and using the full weight of your leg to play really loud. So that just takes practice. Check out that video that I just told you about. And that should help you out. I got you, man. I got almost 400 videos on this channel, probably over 400. I think 450 last time I checked. I got something for everything. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that before you bounce. Hold on, man. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I've been doing a whole bunch of talking since we started, so I'm just catching up to these comments. Shout out from Vermont. T-Man from Vermont, what's going on? What do you think about the Yamaha Phoenix kit? I like it. Case closed. Yeah, it's the greatest kit on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Didn't mean to be short with you, but I haven't played a kit that makes me as happy as a Phoenix. Recording Customs came close, but I mean, come on. This is my last kit ever. Like, I don't ever have to buy another one after you get one of these. Vania Lee wants to know, is it possible to play double bass grooves with one pedal physically? Yes, absolutely. And it's kind of, could be a little crushing to your self-esteem once you see these cats do it, but Lionel Lewis, Jojo Mayer, Thomas Lang, who else is really good at this? There's a lot of, Virgil Donati. Don't even talk about Virgil Donati. There's a lot of drummers out there that can do near impossible things with one pedal. But absolutely, it's possible. There's plenty of drummers that are doing it. I'm not one of them. I admit that my right foot, is probably one of my weakest links. I haven't been as disciplined as I should have been to develop it. I can get done what I need to get done, though. I'm not mad or sad, but there are drummers out there with alien feet, and it's almost embarrassing. Thomas Pridgeon, he's another one. Doug Spears, what up? Dave Lombardo, yeah, he's another one. Gerald Hayward, he's another one. Chris Coleman, he's another crazy one. There's a lot of crazy like single pedal players out there, man. It's just nuts. I don't even like watching them, to be honest with you. Man. Forgive me, y'all, if I'm missing your comments. These things are just flying. Craig Flowers Music Studio. Am I still using the UV2s? Absolutely. I love the UV2s, man. UV1s, UV2s, favorite heads on the planet. I'm actually, those are UV1s. I got UV2s on my other kit. I got a set of Yamaha Stage Custom birch that I use for gigging. UV2s all around. Love them. Ethan Prinz wants to know if I have a video on sight reading. I do not. Want to know why? Because I can't sight read. I'm horrible at it. If you leave me with a chart for long enough, I can figure it out. But I'm not one of these. I'm not Vinny, who can read, War of the Worlds while he's playing. I'm just not that. I can't process the dots fast enough, so not a sight reader. Leave me with the chart for a couple of days. I'll show up prepared. Fernando from Brazil wants to know, any tips for someone playing basic rock for years to rethink drumming and play more complex stuff? Yeah, listen to more complex stuff. My first 3 years of playing, all I did was practice Police, Level 42, like just straight for rock stuff. And then I discovered Chick Corea Electric Band. Funny enough, because we were just talking about them earlier. Once I hit on jazz fusion, I never went back. I discovered Chick Corea Electric Band, heard Dave Weckl for the first time. That introduced me to the GRP label. Started checking out other people that were on GRP. And I caught the jazz fusion bug, and I stayed on it for years. And I never went back, man. And playing that music, whew, man, the kind of stuff that you can learn from listening to that, earlier jazz fusion stuff, it's just crazy, man. If you really want to sharpen your chops up, get into that. Let me catch up to these comments. Blue Jay. Shout out to Blue Jay. I see you super chat, man. Thanks very much. Wow. Pulse OX. I'm going to say Pulse Ox because I'm assuming that's how you want us to say it. Best drum set for an intermediate drummer under 2K. Are you kidding me? Take your pick. Take your pick. There's not a single company out there that's making crap anymore. Any drum kit that you find between $1,300 and $1,800 is a high-end kit, as far as I'm concerned. Intermediate kits these days are what high-end kits were 15 years ago. The quality has shot way up. So pick a company that you like and check out anything in that price range. Like I mentioned before, my this kit here, I don't want to start getting into numbers, but this kit is very expensive, crazy expensive. I don't take this kit out. I gig, and it doesn't matter what kind of gig it is. I use my $750 Yamaha Stage Birch kit. When you put mics on that thing, you'll never tell the difference. The audience doesn't care. As long as you know how to tune your drums you'll get any kit to sound awesome. Anyone. So don't buy into that whole trap where you think you need to spend a whole ton of money on a set of drums to get a high-end kit, unless you want to. The choice is yours. It's your money. But, you know, if you're making that your budget, bro, like you can get really awesome drums for half that. So just keeping that in mind. But, you know, like I said, I can't give you any specific name. Everybody's making fabulous stuff. So my advice would be check out the hardware. Check out this area right here. If you like how all of this looks and how it operates, one of the great things about Yamaha is that they got this ball mount thing going on. It is super easy for picky guys like me to position these toms however I want to position them, right down to the millimeter. It's reasons like that that you want to, you know, start looking at drum kits. As far as the quality goes, it's all going to be awesome. Don't worry about all that. Just catching up, man. Just catching up. Lord Ryder from the UK. Shout out to UK. You know what? Let me roll back up here and make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Ryan Souls, do I trust any cymbal testing sites? Have you ever listened to a cymbal online and wanted to buy? Yeah. If you go to this is going to sound like a plug because I know I'm affiliated with the company. But if you go to the Pisces site and you got good headphones on or earbuds, go to Pisces.com, check out any one of their cymbals. If you like what you hear, you can go straight to a store and buy it, and it's going to sound exactly like what you heard in your head. The quality control and consistency with Pisces cymbals is unmatched as far as I'm concerned. Like down to like, they have, when they're making cymbals in the lab there, they have one model set up for everything else that they make in that line. In other words, for an 18-inch dark energy crash, they have one sitting there. So when one comes off and they start to play it, test it for quality, whatever, that is the one model that they use for every single 18-inch dark energy that comes out of there. And the degree, like if it's not, if it's any more than 1-point-something% away from what you're hearing there, they'll toss it and remake it. That's just how that's how they do it. That's why every single 18-inch dark energy crash sounds exactly the same. If you have one and you break one, you can go straight into a store, buy it. It'll sound exactly like the one you broke. I don't know how many companies are like that. Savian, no disrespect, they ain't like that. Zildjian, same thing. Not like that. If you fall in love with a Zildjian cymbal and you break it, you're going to go through 20 of them before you find one that sounds like the one you broke. It's not the same level of consistency. But anyways, all of that to say, if you're looking at Pisces cymbals, trust anywhere that you're hearing it online, because it's going to sound the same when you buy it. Put these sticks down for a second. By the way, let me just take a second, plug this hoodie, because guess what? This is new. Look at that. I bet y'all didn't know this arm was white, but it is. We got a bunch of new hoodie. Well, not a bunch, but this is a new style. This comes in 4 colors. I'm super excited about this hoodie. Check these out. So you get red. I got the blue one on. There's gray and there's black. And these are brand new in the shop. So if you've been watching this whole time and you're digging this hoodie, guess what? This is a Beatdown exclusive, man. This is my favorite hoodie of the entire lot. So if you want to grab one, there's a link in the description box because there's a sale going on right now. 15% off. 15% off all orders until July 31st. So if you're digging this, you can go snatch one up. But yeah, this is the blue. It's got the full white sleeve print, logo represent. And that's the back, if you can see it there. I love this thing, man. I'm getting all the colors. Give me all the colors. So yeah, make sure you snatch that up, man. Anyways, let me get back to these comments. I feel like I've been talking a lot. Rick Manlunas, did I say that right? Shout out to Rick, thanks for the super chat. He wants to know, is the Gretsch Catalina Club Kit a good kit for an intermediate drummer? Yes. All the Gretsch stuff is pretty fantastic. And second, how do you approach learning songs if you're going to play it note for note? Wow. Well, that really has a lot to do with your ear development. For me, one of the things that kind of made me effective, when I started working and gigging with a lot of people, it's because of the way that I used to practice, which was just throwing a bunch of tunes on and lifting them by ear. So learning the fills, the grooves, all that stuff. Doing that for years has done wonders for my my ear development. So it's a really great way to develop that whole thing. If you're listening to a bunch of music and you're trying to learn them, one of the best things to do is, it's a great way to start practicing, but later on, once you start getting better and learning a lot of the techniques and stuff, then you'll be able to apply that. And the things that you're trying to learn will become easier, if that makes sense. For instance, there's a lot of Steve Gadd stuff that I tried to lift earlier on, but I didn't really know what was going on. Later, he started coming out with some instructional DVDs, or instructional VHS tapes for those that are old enough and remember what those are. But once I saw those, right, because the camera got in close and showed us what he was doing, now it made lifting all of that stuff a lot easier because I know now what the mechanics are. So learning by ear, I think, is one of the most important ways to learn how to play the drums, for sure. So to sort of answer your question a little bit further, as far as, how to learn it note for note, there are ways now, there's technology available that will allow you to import a song and slow it right down without affecting the pitch. If you want to get in there and learn what that fill is, then you can do that. You can slow the tune down, figure out what's going on, and then kind of learn it sort of note for note. So that's one way to do it, man. I had to do it the hard way. I had to just kind of hit play and then hit rewind and then hit play and then hit rewind like 900 times. And then I ended up learning it. So 1 sec, y'all. Just catching up. There's only like 14 minutes left here, so I'm going to just chill out and reply to some of these comments. Tom Vandervelden. Sorry if someone has asked this before, but he wants to know about, yeah, he's just asking, is it worth learning traditional grip if you play match? I'm going to say this. And first of all, just let me say, if there's any traditional grip snobs out there, smack yourself. Stop it. Stop dumping on traditional grip. You sound ridiculous. You're embarrassing yourself. There's nothing wrong with learning traditional grip. There's nothing wrong with learning both grips. Traditional grip for me is like driving stick. You can go your entire life without ever learning how to drive stick, and you'll be just fine. But it's a useful skill to have in your pocket. So I wouldn't say that there's, it's not going to make you a better drummer. It's just going to make you a different drummer. Because there's a whole set of different mechanics involved with traditional grip. So if you want to just challenge yourself, or maybe you just, I learned traditional because all my heroes play traditional. That's the only reason. There's no other reason behind it. There doesn't have to be anything super crazy, serious, or scientific about learning traditional. So is it worth it? Yeah, I think it's worth it because you'll end up approaching the kit in an entirely different way. And you might fall in love with it, kind of like I did. I love playing traditional grip, man. After 30-some years of playing, I feel like a different drummer. And that's why I do it. So if you're looking to do that, go ahead. There's a video on my channel. I told y'all, I got something for everything. I got a video, a super detailed video on traditional grip that'll show you everything you need to know about learning those mechanics. So make sure you check that out. Chubby Pig is watching from Vietnam. 2:47 a.m. Are you crazy? You're watching me at 2:30 in the morning? You crazy, man. And that's why we love you. Thanks for watching. Ken wants to know, since we're talking traditional, he wants to know if is holding the stick far back on the left hand for traditional acceptable? Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of different players that sort of notable for doing that, whether they know it or not. But Keith Carlock has developed tremendous control way back here. He's doing stuff with the stick that shouldn't be done holding it way back here because he's so far away from the balance point, which is generally more up here. But I mean, he can do all of that crazy, drum corps stuff. Matt Chamberlain, he's another one. Matt Chamberlain? Yeah, I always get him mixed up with Matt Cameron. Matt Chamberlain, he's another one. Way back here with it. You know what? It's just like match. Sometimes you're up here a little bit closer to the balance point. But sometimes it feels really good to swing it from way back here. Stick just feels heavier. It's the same thing with traditional. So a lot of times when I'm smacking back beats, I'll do that. I'll move a little bit further back. Just relax the elbow. Like it just feels heavier, like you're swinging more weight. It just feels good. So there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing at all wrong with it. It's not wrong technique or anything like that. So if that's something you want to do, go ahead and do it. Yeah. Hold on. Dale, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. Does that A&F ever give me trouble? He has one that sounds amazing, but when he lays into it, it goes out of tune and the wires get loose. So far, no problems. I got one here. This is the 14 6.5 raw brass, and on the kit, that's my newest A&F. That is a 14 5.5 club maple. And so far, no issues, man. I play these things a lot too, and yeah, they stay in tune just fine. It's crazy. Who is asking me this question from Turkey? I'm gonna attempt this name. Omur. I'm gonna stop at Omur because I can't get to them second ones, man. Anyways, do you ship the hoodies to Turkey? Yes. As far as I know, we ship worldwide. Make sure you go on the site. When you head over to the merch shop, there's actually a list of countries that are currently still kind of on this COVID hold thing. But most of them are off that list now. So we should be able to ship to Turkey, no problem. I'm assuming because you want to cop one of these hoodies. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, I'm going to say I'm 91% sure that Turkey's cool. But head over to the site, check out that list, and see if you're on there. I don't think you are, so I think you're all right. Michael Eagle, did I catch you? Shout out to Michael Eagle, man. Thanks for the super chat. Ali from Germany. Shout out to Germany. Sid Barrett is 58 years old, too old to start? No. Not at all. Not even close. I get emails from cats in their 80s saying that they're just starting. That's no joke. Yeah, don't put a limit on it, man. If you feel like learning something, go ahead and learn it. James Smith from Berlin. Shout out to Berlin. What's happening? Whew. Man, this hour just kind of flew by. I'll tell you what, man, I got to be honest. I'm going to rest my voice for about an hour after this. I feel like I've been doing a whole lot of talking. Hank Koppler from, wow, Pretoria, South Africa. Shout out to South Africa. That's hard to say. Shout out to South Africa. Thanks for watching. Funky Crunch, can you do a can you do a quick whiplash rant? I did that last month, and yeah, you guys sort of heard my whole opinion on that stupid friggin' movie. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Rant over. Just catching my breath, y'all. Give me a second. Just reading through these comments. Jim Barcelona. What's going on, Jim? I know you're a regular. Craig Flowers Music Studio. Have I ever tried a 26-inch kick? I played a 26 once and it felt weird. I was getting a lot of slapback, which is natural because if you're normally used to burying the beater, on a 26, you're going to get a lot of flatback. So you really got to learn to adjust to play those big kicks. But yeah, I've only played one once. 26, and I played a 24 a couple of times. Let me go back down here. I hate my life, 275. He wants to know if there's any advice on how to improve linear fills. Yeah, again, got a video on that whole thing. The whole linear fill thing, that's, in my opinion, it's probably one of the easiest ways to play fills. All of this gospel chop stuff you see going on there, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to it. That's why you see a lot of, there's a lot of videos out there, 10-year-olds, blowing all these chops on the kit. Linear fills are not hard. It's just playing in a straight line. Like, it's not super difficult. The thing that makes it, impressive to watch is that they're just doing it really fast. But the concept itself is really easy. There's a video, just type in the search bar, just type in Rob Brown gospel chops. And that'll take you through the whole, like if you want to learn how to do that, I got videos to show you how to do that. There's a time and a place for that stuff. I don't want to get into it, but if that's something you want to learn how to do, do it. I mean, it has its place, like I said. You will use it in your playing. Just know that it's not tricky at all. So, Charlie Scott, shout out from the UK. Thanks, man. Whew, fellas, ladies, whoever's watching right now, I am all talked out. Seriously. Sorry, but get loaded. Feel like I've been talking for a straight hour. And I have. So, I'm going to shut this down and relax my voice for a little bit. But thanks everyone for tuning in. As always, I hope this one was entertaining for you. Yeah, we try to do this once a month. Last Friday of every month is the goal. We meet, we hang out, talk drums, talk whatever else. It's just a hang, just a drummers hang, Q&A. And it's just cool. It's cool hanging out with y'all. Nice to get a little personal with my viewers. But yeah, man, I'm going to sign off now. Again, big sale going on. Summer 21, that's your discount code. Link is in the description box. Head over to the shop, get some shopping done. You got until July 31st to get you one of these hoodies. One more look at those. Hottest thing in the store right now, man. Make sure you grab one of these. I know it's summer, it's not quite hoodie weather, but set yourself up for the fall and snatch one of these up. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. Love y'all. Stay tuned. Lots more videos to come. And I'm gonna grab me a drink, sit on my patio, and relax my voice. So, thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Be good, stay safe.